Let's get ready to rumble! He's taken another one, and Howard Foster has stopped it! Wow!
This is Thomas Lyons and Raps on TV down at the Landmark Hotel in Marylebone for the official announcement of Terence Crawford-Amir Khan. Fortunate to be joined by Prince OBE. Firstly, I just want to congratulate you on your award, picking it up, and a great way to finish off 2018. A lot of hard work got into your foundation.
A lot of hard work, and a lot of people don't know. That's what I'm realising. A lot of people don't realise the hard work put in, the passion put in to be able to reach more young people, and how much work is left to do. You know, I never came into this looking for any awards or any accolades. Why? Because that's not the vision. That's not the focus. The focus is to reach more young people, save lives. It's a bonus, so we have to utilise the OBE to reach more young people. That's what this is all about.
And before I go to talk about the rising epidemic of knife crime that you've been campaigning for tirelessly in the last 12 to 18 months, even before that, but that's been given the media attention.
I will tell you when 2002 I began this journey. 2002 I began the journey of reaching out to young children and giving back to my community.
Yeah, great fight on our hands here. One of the biggest pound-for-pound stars in world boxing, Terence Crawford, freeweight division champion. Do you see this as being his toughest fight to date in terms of the caliber of opponent he's faced and his resume?
No way. Styles made fights, as they said. This ain't his toughest caliber. For me, Gamboa was tougher than this fight, but because of the styles, and Gamboa comes to bang you out, and he got speed too, he's full of energy, but Khan's gonna come in with a move and run and boxing style, so Styles make fights, but you're talking about one of the greatest boxers right now that's in the fight game, so why should Crawford be fearful of a guy that's got fast hands and can move and box? I wouldn't be if I was Crawford. For me, Crawford is the epitome of an all-round fighter. You know, he can step up, he's got the killer instinct, he can look to bang you out, he can fight in the pocket, he's got the lot, he can box and start, and the most important thing that people really are recognizing is his brain power, his mind. He's able to work people out, and for me, he's the role model for all fighters out there who are coming up, young guys looking at fighters. He's the guy to watch.
And Bob Arum was singing his praises throughout the press conference, saying about one of the most talented fighters that he's worked with since joining Top Rank. And of this, like I was saying there about the magnitude and high profile, I mean, we see the wealth of TV outlets that have turned out for this. Terence Crawford's first appearance in the UK since he fought Ricky Burns almost 5 years ago. Is this the stage where Amir Khan can cause an upset to then propel himself to getting a major title shot again down the line? This is for the WBO title, but unifications.
Okay, I'm going to put my neck out here because I know in boxing anything can happen. I'm going to put my neck out. Not in a month for Sundays. It's not going to happen. Doesn't matter what's said. Khan is on the decline. It'd be nice to actually, share this with him, my views. But since he's not here, I've got to share it with you because you're asking me. Respect Khan, great fighter. For me, one of the top 5 British fighters to come out of the country. I rate him for going to America, taking on loads of challenges. I know he didn't want to go back to deal with the Prescott fight, but we forgive him. He's gone in and fought loads of fighters, Maidana, loads of great fighters. Garcia, all of them. So respect Khan, because a lot of British fighters do not have that resume to be able to say that. So I'm not dissing Khan because I personally rate Khan for what he's done in his career. He's had a wonderful career. But for this fight, you want him about this fight with Crawford, don't be looking for no surprises that he's going to be some new risen, resurrected guy that's just come out and started to show mad skills and he looks like he's 25 again. Now, mate, Crawford's got his number. He's the young fighter coming up, and he's going to display his skills and his power and his intelligence in the ring.
And there's a lot of narrative behind this fight. I mean, there's been a lot of noise in the background with the potential Kell Brook fight. Do you see the UK public, the UK fan base dismissing Khan's choice to divert and take a much tougher fight in Terence Crawford at this stage of his career?
They could easily say that, but if you look at business, which the boxing is, boxing business, you have to be intelligent, and this is an intelligent move. Who would rather be fighting a guy that's because the fans want to see the fight, or you want to fight a guy that the world, this is international, the world knows Crawford, the world don't know Kell Brook, the world wants to see this fight because it's global. So I'm easily going to pick that, even when I was at my levels and it was like, who do you want to fight, number 3 or number 1? I want to fight number 1. So if I'm going to do that at the level that I was at the time, then this is no different than this level. You want to fight the best in the world, or you want to fight this guy that's in this country that just trying to get that money, packing that money fight and a domestic, really.
And if we put the champion label to one side and we look at the resume of Crawford, you've seen the likes of Gamboa, Beltran, Ricky Burns, Indongo, and also Amir Khan, give credit where credit's due. He's fought some of the best, the likes of Zab Judah. Who do you think this gives a better kind of outset or outlook to their resume in terms of fighting each other? Who gets more out of it in terms of resume?
Easily Khan. For the simple reason that if Crawford got this fight earlier, before Canelo, then maybe that would have been looked at, with a little bit more power in it. But I think because he's had those knockouts, and because he's had the losses he's had, I think everyone knows in boxing that Khan's, just on the way on the downslide.
Yes.
So for Khan, it's a win-win. If anyone's taking a risk, it's Crawford. That's why he's not looking past Khan. He's taking this fight deadly serious. He cannot afford to lose it.
Yeah, and just onto yourself. I mean, knife crime at the moment is a very contentious topic, particularly in the UK and in London. Like we touched on there, you've campaigned tirelessly for over a decade, over 2 decades, to get the media attention that you rightfully deserve to elevate your campaign and your kind of mark on the issue. Just break down to me how the foundation came about and what stance the foundation takes on trying to tackle knife crime, and that there needs to be more government initiative and etc.
So Crown Prince Foundation came about after a boy at my son's school was in an altercation. My son went to stop it and he pushed the knife into my son's heart, and from then the long process of being angry and painful, made a decision to create an organisation that will reach out and help these young people by changing their mindset. I looked at the life that I'd been through and how I'd overcome adversity, how I'd reached the top from being counted out, from being homeless at 15, and recognised I can teach these young people how to do the same thing. So obviously I train myself, give myself more skills in terms of being a life coach and in terms of understanding psychology, how the mind works, and being able to put together programs and workshops. I had the skill of training already, even though I've got my personal trainer's license, all of that. So I just added all that together, bring that, and now we can deliver something. But that's been working so good already, I needed to go another level.
Yeah.
Every minute I'm opening the newspapers, more parents are joining the grieving club, the pain club, more young people are joining my son in the cemetery. Now I had to take this to another level. So I thought, why don't we do a national campaign, okay? So why don't we take this national campaign where everybody understands, we can all get on the same page? Because the problem is, the government was happy to have organisations sort of in a bucket like crabs fighting for a bit of funding. You can never handle and tackle the issue fighting for a bit of funding. So yeah, you can get a bit here, but unless you're working together to change the narrative and spread this new positive message, we're always going to get the same old narrative. Knife crime, gangs, all negative. Every time you hear hear about young people, it's negative. So what we do, inspiring future champions. That's the name of the campaign. It's positive. Young people, knife crime. No, we're all about instilling positivity, self-belief, self-identity, self-esteem, because these are the problems that our young people are facing. This is why we're seeing guys out there doing what they're doing. They want significance, they want security, they want all of these things they've not been met in their life, so they find themselves in gangs, they find themselves in a lot of problems on the streets.
Yeah.
So we need to start to heal these areas in young people, show them that we care, show them we have a platform to give them opportunities and give them the mental support to change the mindset that's needed. And through the campaign we can do that. We invite other organisations to all work together. So when we go on tour London and we visit schools and we recognise young people who are coming forward and saying, this is what hurts me, girls, self-harming, guys carrying knives, angry. Now we can say, come on, we're all working together. This person can help you with this organisation can help. You know, we're just the go-to organisation where we signpost you to whatever you need. If we were on our own as a single organisation, we wouldn't be able to help these young people.
Yeah.
So we're saying to organisations, join us with this campaign. We're saying to people who've got great stories, we're saying to known fighters, celebrities, come on board. We are touring the country.
Yeah.
Get on board to change this message. We need funds and capital. That's a given, because you can't do nothing without it. We ain't funded by no government. We ain't funded by no one. So I'm saying, here's me. I'm making a sacrifice. My son's in the grave. What sacrifice will you make? Go on www.thekpf.com and let me see what sacrifice the nation is going to make for what I'm trying to give forward, and I've given my life to this.
Yeah, and I mean, do you feel that the mindset of young people nowadays is kind of contributing to the reason why they're getting involved in gang culture, postcode conflict?
Yeah, but how do they get that mindset? Young people don't just pop up and be like, "Id gang." Some guy on Channel 4 is like, "Where the gangs come from?" Hey mate, they come from school. They come from your school system. They come from your high exclusion rates. That's where they come from. If you check all the stats, trust me, we got psychologists, doctors on board. They understand. So I know what I'm speaking about. It doesn't come from me guessing. It comes from real research and knowledge. Okay, we've been letting down young people, and we need to be able to start changing the system, because the system has been creating a lot of this criminality as well.
Yeah. And do you think there's factors such as like social exclusion, institutional failure, particularly with the lack of community centres around London?
Totally.
Do you think that's kind of put knife crime to the back of the political agenda in recent years? And do you feel that from your personal perspective, by you getting an OBE, by you getting the recognition, the credibility from the monarchy, has that pushed your message right through to the top to then say to other charities such as Box Up Crime and other foundations, United Borders, to then start pushing the agenda more and more to get that adequate media attention?
So to cover the first question, you are either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So unless you're doing things, positive things to change the situation, and you understand what the problem is, then you can address and get to the solution. And that's not what the government's been doing, and that's simple, that's plain. We know it's a long-term solution, so we know that we have to put something in place to actually not try and put a band-aid over it, but actually try to tackle it. So that's not what's happening, that's evident. Truth is self-evident, that's not what's happening. On the other side of it, your question was talking about the OBE and the impact that that's had. I believe that it's down to an individual to utilise what he's had. Now, they presented me with it. I could just go around and say, "Oh, Dr. Mark Prince, OBE." Or I could say, "Okay, lovely, we've got it. How can we utilise this?" People respect those letters. People look at you differently. They give you a different platform. What do I need this platform for? I've had a career already. I've done things already in the media. I ain't looking for no attention. Oh, Prince, pat on the back. I have to go to the cemetery to see my son. That is not normal. So for me, this is about how can I reach more young people, and that's all I care about. Corporates, contact us. You've got corporate responsibility. We should be the charity that you're interested in. Knife crime is not something separate in a class section. 80 Park Lane saw knife crime. People of influence, affluent people are seeing knife crime touching and reaching their sides of the street. So we have to all realize this isn't a cultural thing. This is a mindset. This is inequality. This is everybody's problem. So we need to all get involved and help.
And what impact does boxing have to discipline young people who potentially don't have that right sense of direction when they come out of college or come out of secondary school?
Wow. I'm going to even tell you this even before this interview's done. This is probably one of our best interviews. These are great questions, yeah? Now, the impact it has, and I could bring fighter after fighter after fighter to back this up. When you've got no direction, when you are angry, which a lot of these young people are, when they've been let down by the system, by grown-ups, by parents, all these things, it leaves anger in you. How do you get it out? In a negative way. You hurt yourself. Hurting people hurt people. So first you hurt yourself. You take drugs, you drink, you act out, and then you start hurting people, other people's lives. So I always teach the young people this. So where are you hurting that's impacting others? So what's happened? We're getting that overflow of other people hurting people.
And it's more or less a knock-on effect, isn't it? Because if you talk about a generational effect...
Let me just finish.
Yeah, of course.
See the boxing, it changes that. It gives you somewhere to channel that anger. It gives you somewhere to let it out. Then it gives you a focus, because now you're focused on developing skills. You know you need discipline. You have to sacrifice. So I had to put aside certain friends that was going to lead me down the wrong path, because I wanted to go into the gym and I wanted to skip better and I wanted to jab and do combinations better. So all of these great stuff, this is what I was getting into, and you start feeling there's something about boxing that just gets to you, and it isn't so much punching people, because I use this, but I don't ever use it so they can spar with each other. It's the skill factor, it's the discipline, it's understanding that you have to face adversity in life. No one's exempt. You're gonna have to, whether you got money or not, whatever culture you're at, you have to go through problems and adversity, and you have to build character to be able to deal with that. My brother Spencer, top man, yeah? So all I'm saying is that this is how boxing helps. It's massive. I use it, and I use that, and life coaching, and all sorts of understanding of how the mind works in my workshop to develop kids, and inspiration is key, and I've got that in bucket loads, because that's my blessing. That's what I've been given, because I stepped forward, because the manufacturer of human beings was I follow him. So I was able to see that, you know what, all this anger was going to cause me to be like the guy that killed my son. So I had a choice. Follow what I taught my son, or follow my emotions. And many people are governed by their emotions. It says, I'm angry, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. That's the time to stay still, think about the consequences and the outcome. This is what we bring to the kids. This is what makes a difference.
It's absolutely spot on, because if you look at one prime example, Richard Ryakov just won a WBA international belt, and his story came out in the BBC a few days ago, and that's kind of ignited the media attention towards knife crime. He was stabbed at the age of 15 and has gone on to win a major title. So that kind of shows the proof in the pudding, particularly from the grassroots initiatives that you've created, that, you know, people can actually have a sense of direction if they do follow the right path.
Another story. This story of if you ask a lot of fighters, they weren't really going in the right direction, many of them. And a lot of them wasn't into the educational system, because the way the educational system sets up, it puts you in boxes. If you don't have this grade, that means this. If you're not this, that means that. And you can't develop young people's creative ability in that way, because everybody's different. So you've got to bring out their potential, see what's the gift that they have. This is what the educational system needs to be about. And the reason why the educational system needs organizations like us is because we come to tackle that side of things, so they don't get exclusions. They don't have a high rate of exclusion. That's why we're needed in schools, not to be shut the door on us as if, oh, that means we've got a knife crime problem and we want to sweep. No, I think this will make parents happier to know that their school invites organisations like us in, because we touch the hearts of young people and give them a different side and an outlook to life skills that school doesn't really have those classes set up for that, because they have an agenda already to give you geography, maths, IT, a whole range of stuff. But we come to bring a range of things that are needed to live life from the inside, building character. This is what we do.
Well, I appreciate you giving me some of your time today, and I wish you all the best with the foundation, and hopefully in 12 months' time we'll be standing here and talking about even how much more you've improved in getting your campaign out into the forefront of the media. But yeah, Thomas Lyons Raps on TV, Johnny Nelson, gate crashing. I'm joking, but Thomas Lyons Raps on TV, Mark Prince OBE. Pleasure having you on the channel, champ, and all the best.